This is Fluency Module 3, Lesson 20. We're going to start off by doing division using the standard algorithm. We're also going to do number bonds when it seems like that might be an appropriate thing to use. So we'll start here with 67 divided by 2. We'll go ahead and use the standard algorithm on this. So this is a good time for you to pause the video, write it down, do the problem, and then come back. Alrighty, as we look at 67 divided by 2, 67 is our dividend, 2 is our divisor. As I look at this, I can see that 2 goes evenly into 6. There are 3 2's in 6, so I'm going to go right ahead and put that in there. 3 times 2 is 6. When I subtract, I get 0, but I need to bring my 7 down. So I'm going to look at this and say, how many 2's are there in 7? Well, same as 6, because I know I can't go to 8. So in 7, there are 3 2's. 3 times 2 is still 6. When I subtract, I get 1, and that is my remainder. So my quotient here is 33, and my remainder is 1. So 67 divided by 2 is 33 with a remainder of 1. Let's look at the next one, 60 divided by 4. Well, this is actually a great one that we could do a number bond if we wanted to. We could say, well, we've got 60. 60 I can divide into 40 plus 20. 40 divided by 4, well, I know that one. That's pretty easy. 4 goes into 40 10 times. And 20 divided by 4, well, is half of what 40 divided by 4, but I also know 4 times 5 is 20, so I know that one's pretty easy. So my answer there is 15, and I was able to do that, basically mental math. I didn't have to actually do a division problem didn't have to do my algorithm. So 10 plus 5 is 15, 60 divided by 4 equals 15, and there are no remainders on that. All right, let's look at number 3. Number 3, we've got 29 divided by 3. So I'm on this one. I can tell, I already know that there's going to be a remainder. And I could do this one also in my head. If I counted by 3's, I can just say, I'm going to make a mark every time I say it. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30. Now that's too far, but I know 27, 28, and 29. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 3's plus 2 more. So my quotient then is going to be 9, and my remainder is going to be 2. So that's another way you can do it. As we're going through, I'm just showing you different ways that you can do these different problems. Alrighty, 77 divided by 4. I am going to do this standard algorithm on this one. So I've got 77 is my dividend and 4 is my divisor. Well, they're in 7. In my 7 in the tens place here, I know there is only 1 4. So I'm going to multiply 1 times 4, which is 4. I'm going to do that subtraction, and I got 3. I'm going to bring down the 7 that's in the ones place, and 4 goes into 37. Well, I know that 4 times 9 is 36, so I know it goes 9 times. 9 times 4 is 36. When I do the subtraction, I've got 1. So 77 divided by 4 is equal to 19 with a remainder of 1. My quotient being 19, my remainder being 1. All right, here we're going to find the unknown factor. We're going to look at this problem, and right away you should say 5 times what is 15? 5 times 3 is 15. So if we know that 5 times 3 equals 15, we also know that 15 divided by 5 equals 3. So you can see that multiplication and division are related to each other, and they're part of that same fact family. 3 times what equals 12? If you're counting by threes, you could count up to it if you're not sure right off, but you should have said that 3 times 4 equals 12. So then if we're saying, well, 12 divided by 3, 12 divided by 3 is going to equal 4. There's another fact that could go with that. 12 divided by 4 equals 3. All right, and here it is right here. 4 times what equals 12? Well, we just did the opposite of this, so we know it's the same. 4 times 3 is 12, and 12 divided by 4 is 3. 5 times what equals 35? You should be saying, well, 5 times 7 equals 35. Therefore, 35 divided by 5, or how many 5s are in 35? Well, there are 7 5s in 35. 6 times what is 36? For some reason, this is tricky for some people. This is one of those that use 6 times 6 is 36, and 36 divided by 6 is 6. 7 times what is 49? Kind of like 6 times 6. This is 7 times 7, and 49 divided by 7 is equal to 7. This is practicing your basic facts. These are facts that you should know already, and it should come pretty quickly to your mind what you need to do. 9 times what is equal to 81? Well, just like 6 times 6 is 36, 7 times 7 is 49, 8 times 8 happens to be 64, and 9 times 9 is 81. So 81 divided by 9 is 9. 6 times what is equal to 48? So I'm giving you a second here. You certainly can count up by 6s. Or if you knew right away, you would have said, well, 6 times 8 is 48. So 48 divided by 6 has to be 8. 7 times what is equal to 42? Again, you can count up by 7s. This is a little bit trickier. This should be one, though, that you have you should know these by now. 7 times 6 is 42. So 42 divided by 7 is 6. If it's taking you a minute to figure these out, then I do want you to take the time to pause your video, figure it out, and then come back, because it doesn't do, I already know these answers, but this is for you to see if you know the answers. So I want you to take the time to practice that. 9 times blank equals 54. Truthfully, this is one that I always get mixed up, but because I've done it so many times, I do know what it is. So you should have known right away that 9 times 6, or somewhat right away, is 54. So 54 divided by 9 is 6. All right, mental multiplication. So what we're going to do here is say these multiplication sentences in unit form. And we've done this before. So I want you to we're going to, as you're looking at it, 3 times 2, instead of saying 3 times 2 equals 6, what I want you to do is say 3 1s times 2 1s equals 6. Alrighty, to continue here, we're going to go on. We're going to say each of these multiplication sentences again in unit form. So 4 1s times 2 1s is equal to 8 1s. That one's pretty straightforward, right? Let's look at the second one. 4 10s times 2 10s is 8 10s, or 80. And this third one, I'm going to give you just a minute to look at it and write down your answer. We have 4 10s times 2 10s, and that is going to equal 8 hundreds, or 800. All right, this is our last page on this. So we're going to look at this. 5 1s times 3 1s, and that is equal to 15 1s. That one should be pretty quick for you to do. 5 10s times 3 1s is 15 10s, or 150. And 5 10s times 3 10s, again, 15 hundreds, or 1,500. You have come to the end of today's Fluency. Good work.